coaching 15 people. He's gonna coach 15 people. I can barely see Parting coaching one person. That is optimistic. I've played against Parting and Kiwion before. Played with Pig. We lost 4-3. Definitely a little weaker in team games than you would say in 1v1.
No, don't harass. Just check the tag first.
Okay. He's
Okay, I think they 4 are there to push.
so
make
apparently Parting has a Blue Yeti microphone, which is the same microphone I have.
You are now in my service.
Which bring like I guess
what
not
the
just
fuck are you doing?
Oh, he make next. I just
and what I'm trying to say is
stalker. Hey, that was important.
Hey, be careful, okay? Okay, you make a bunker.
what I'm trying to say is there's a big argument for
give me
nature
your
and
bunker.
nurture.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this isn't looking good. They're on the rush map in 2v2. As you can tell, this Korean coordination not as good as the American. Well, actually, Baby Shark is Canadian, I believe, but we'll call them. We'll give them honorary American status. Wait, who's playing with Puck? It's Robin Puck. Oh, okay, Team America.
Maybe they were going to the Blink Stalker, I guess.
Oh, okay. But I think
Rob
one
is American.
Is good, so not blink yet. Okay. It's good for you. It's good for you actually. They didn't go Phoenix.
You gotta go Phoenix. You gotta get as many Phoenix as possible.
Save the style, okay?
Okay. Me too.
Same to. Did you say safe or same? This is game 1, right?
Okay, Twilight.
Don't lose the Oracle. Yeah, so Parting has the same microphone as I do. But I'll be honest, there's a Brood War streamer. And now, remember, Brood War has only recently been updated to look like it's been a game made in the 21st century. Because, of course, it's not a game made in the 21st century. One of the top streamers, for those who know, is C. He gets tens of thousands. Thank you, Bad Props. $10.
Made Platinum random today.
Glad you enjoyed.
Thanks to practicing what
Congrats
I
on
learned in
Platinum.
UVX. Thanks, Winter.
So his name is C. For those of you who know Brood War, you know who I'm talking about. He made a guide, on Brood War for new players that I watched.
Oh, this guy already over. Don't
Why is he on Fear Dragon's account? Anyways, or why is his name Fear Dragon?
Oh, this map is actually good for.
What was I saying? So anyways, I was watching his guide, which was translated from Korean with English subtitles. It was very helpful. But he's got 10,000 viewers on Africa. He's probably making more Dirty Esports money than me, let alone prizes.
Smile.
And the way he does his webcam is he monitor captures his whole computer and then alt tabs to Microsoft Lifecam window if he actually wants you to see his face. Because apparently that's the most advanced technology that they could come up with as a pro Brood War player making many dollars. Like, this was in like 2016. This was not like 2004. This was 2016, maybe 17. I don't know, but like. Yeah, you definitely get the feeling that you're watching an authentic guide and tutorial in that scenario. I feel like it's not so much like I'm trying to be cheap. Well, here's the thing. Parting it's not about being cheap, because Parting has the same microphone for the same price that I do, or similar price, I don't know, shipping, whatever. So he has the same microphone. If he watched my 1-minute guide on how to make the microphone not sound like you're a 1999 Counter-Strike 1.6 Rager out of like the Eastern Bloc, then if like 1 minute, then it wouldn't. But then that would take away the authenticity of what Parting is trying to say, which is "Puck you no GG." Shibal, and so on and so forth. So I do acknowledge that.
So many.
Hey, I just making immortalen.
I like how they
Oh,
speak to each other in English when streaming.
But I think they were going to the disruptor, I guess.
Okay.
If you use the mic command, you'll have my 1-minute video on Blue Yeti mic tips. That will make your help game time, and also take like less than 1 minute to implement.
형은 그렇게 하고.
피닉스가 아닌 것 같아.
Don't show Parting that, it'll ruin his stream. I feel like I'm gonna quote the late In Control about Parting stream. Parting stream is much like shots of vodka.
Be careful.
The first few times you have them,
You have to run.
then they're very like it's very hard to stomach. It's very it tastes terrible. Like it just generally tastes terrible. But the more you have, the more you seem to like it for one reason or another. So. Yeah, don't show them that video. For those of you trying to be pro gamers who are not actually pro gamers, though, you might find something interesting.
타이밍 어떻게 와 레이트 게임.
I don't know. They
How are they not dead? Like the fact, like Team Korea, Team Kimchi should be dead by now, but apparently
maybe
not.
going to timing attack. They are so greedy right now.
어때?
Wow, Parting is microing Kiwion's drops. The drops that Parting is not microing just got sniped out of the sky. Parting is microing Kiwion's drops better than Kiwion is.
Hey, you
So
did
this is
alright.
happening. Oh my god.
Okay. Have to do late game.
Late
We're
game?
going to late game?
Yeah.
Oh my god, the pylon lag.
Hey, I got a gold base.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they're screwed though. Because it's 3 base to, it's like
don't have
6 bases
timing.
to 4.
They are making only good KD.
Like they're gonna get
Okay, I will
smashed.
do
It's
this
just
number.
they've survived this long. Did you run your, you can run your cheap vodka through a Brita filter to improve its smoothness? Few things. One, I feel like that's one way, so that way no matter what, everything always tastes like vodka. Two, by law, all vodka has to have the same ingredients, so your cheap vodka is exactly the same as your expensive vodka. Shout out to Grey Goose. Three, why would you even think of that?
TLS helped this beast of capitalism. He's so small. I
Not
need
true.
him bigger.
Filtering matters. Okay, you're already having vodka. It's like, it's triple distilled. Why don't we go all out? Why don't we distill it 10 times? Deca distill. Alright, I'm gonna...
게이트.
Oh, they just go to the mother.
How many... Okay, how many Brita filters? What if we have one, like... But you want to have the most efficiency, so what if we just lined up, like, Brita filters from the ceiling? Just keep dropping through, like, a dozen Brita filters. Bam, vodka magnet.
Yeah, just go, no chance.
Okay.
Yeah, once again, if you're buying cheap vodka, why do you have a Brita filter?
Hey,
You
be
cheap
careful with the storm,
bastard.
okay?
It's because, well, I don't care how cheap it is after the first 3 or 4 shots. Like, I don't... Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, they're doing it. This is the amount of comeback potential in this army composition is insane. The disruptor tank combo. I still think they're dead, but like, if they pull this out, like, this is actually ridiculous. Oh my god. This is incredible.
Be careful, storms.
They're not gonna come back from this, right? Like, that's... Oh, what a force field wall! Okay. And there's the... Like, yeah, they're screwed. But... Okay, rage quit. Let me see if I can jump into the next match. I want to hear what Parting has to say about that match before we jump into the next one. Fuck you, no GG, by the way.
Yeah, no GG. Fuck me, please. Fuck me. Fuck me, no GG.
Well.
Why?
What the fuck are you doing?
What do you mean? What the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing? Your builder fucking stupid. What
Okay.
a fucking suckers. You can't defend that. Nothing.
Okay, okay. I make a good builder. Hey, I choose the good map for the Terran and Protoss, okay?
Okay.
This map is really good. Mech.
Okay, back.
This map, you just try the mech. Really good, really good. Oh, Winter. Just going to
You are now
the...
in my service.
Just going to the
Watching
mech first.
again.
And
I
then
said
make
fuck you,
this
no
have a
GG
map,
in the
this
lobby.
Have 2 gold behind.
Okay.
You take a dead or gold, but have a rock, you know? So you just make the cyclone first and then upgrade and then kill the rock, okay?
Okay.
You can image how to play?
Amazing.
Just go, you understand what I say.
Does everybody understand? Does everybody got it? Okay. Well, with that said. Alright. Welcome back to game number 2 of this Team Kimchi versus Team Burger match. That's not actually Fear Dragon, or maybe we're all Fear Dragon on this blessed day. I don't know. But it's a best of 3 2v2. We already heard the commentary of Kiwian and Parting. Oh, well. Okay. And that's it. We're all tied up because Puck picked the wrong race. Alright. Nailing it. I feel like I've made a strong argument for not watching my stream and just watching Parting instead, which is not great. But why does this happen specifically to pros so much? Because who else are you seeing in custom games on a regular basis? And also, if you are invited to a custom game lobby and you are there are more people than players in the lobby and you're an observer and then you get switched into being a player, it defaults to Terran, and if you don't switch it before the countdown ends, you're Terran. So that is why in these matches that has a tendency to happen. Terran with the innate advantage out of the game, but in the game, well, let's ask these players. Thank you, LS Diamond X Quentin. Ben. So that was a very... Now we switched sides of the map, or have we? Or did the observing just go on the other side? I don't know who's pinging, but I assume it's Parting. I just want to listen on Parting stream and hear their plan to start.
Okay. They will play Blink Soccer again, I think.
Oh, they're talking
I
Korean now.
safe to play.
That's how you know it's getting serious.
Okay.
Korean and pings. So, that is the language of pro gamers. I don't know if Puck is actually talking with Rob right now. So Fear Dragon in this match is Rob.
What even were they doing last game? Didn't make any sense at all. The Terran spell didn't make any sense.
Are they trying to trick us?
Uh-huh. Okay, so that's Puck's stream. I don't know what song that was. Does anybody know what song that was? And also, what were they doing last game? Was the commentary. Okay, so I'm just going to put player colors because there are 3 protosses. It's going to be very hard. All protoss look alike to me. So, KiwiOn, the odd man out here. We're on Divergence. So, the relevant parts of Divergence, we have 2 gold bases in behind. But there are rocks blocking them. So, you can't really expand to the gold bases early on unless you're going to do some sort of 1-base pressure and then take down the rocks. Looks like a probe was killed off. The other bases on the outside are a little bit more exposed. There's a relatively short rush distance, but some somewhat serious choke point in the center of the map. We got some, those are actually blockers there that filter units through. Overall, a very wide open map with a lot of potential airspace, which is going to be kind of huge in Terran Protoss versus Protoss. I'm actually surprised right now we don't have any Stargates yet. It's always a little weird. Like, in my opinion and in my observation of top tier 2v2 matches in the past, which there have been some, it's not nearly as popular as 1v1 obviously, but it's not an uncompetitive game mode. Getting Phoenixes essentially, like, this is a hard wall. Wait, is it a hard wall? Am I a crazy person? I think it is a hard wall. Getting a Phoenix lead air control gives you a huge advantage on so many maps. What is this? Oh my god. It's a spicy build out of parting. Using some real teamwork here. KiwiOn, his pylons can lower, which is very convenient. Okay, so both, you know what, we'll just call him Fear Dragon, alright? Fear Dragon, aka the doppelganger of Rob. Going for a Prism as well as his counterpart Puck. Is this a double Prism drop play? What are you doing? What is this drop micro? What is, oh my god. Okay, a little bit of a false start. What are you, okay. Oh my god. That, a little bit of a hiccup there. The rocks being taken down by a cyclone. Expansion by parting. I'm not... Is he trying to sneak it? Anyways, double prism plays. They could just avoid the tank altogether. One tank is not going to stop this. There is going to be upgraded cyclones in just a moment. A tank drop. I mean, an immortal drop on top of the tanks. They're ferrying the units into the base. That immortal is very important in dealing with this. Another cyclone comes out. Magfield accelerator is all done. More warpins coming out. This is just 4-gate prism. That bunker's still holding strong. Immortal in the back is making things very difficult. Suddenly parting and KiwiOn struggling to find the units, but here come 2 Dark Templar. Now, there is no detection, despite the fact there is obviously robotics units. There's not going to be observers across the map for quite a while, and meanwhile, DTs are breaking into the base. Suddenly, this got a whole lot dicier. Down goes the prism. Those units are not escaping except via recall. Both sides building observers defensively. Finding the expansions at the back. Remember, Team America doesn't have... Oh no, another Dark Templar. Does not have an expansion of any kind. So despite all the damage done, the counter DTs from parting... Oh, the body block! The Templar kills an immortal! The Templar won't be making it out. There is a disruptor out. But the defensive and offensive, the first DT warpin went across the map, even while being attacked at home. That's real commitment right there. And it paid off. He's getting blink for his DTs. Parting, the big boy, making big boy plays. He committed to losing some economy to do more damage on the other side, and suddenly, Parting and Kiwion find themselves at an advantage against Puck and Rob. They both have an expansion. Well, Parting's is a little exposed here. Is there Blink on the way, or no Blink? Rubble Bay coming up for Rob. Probes are going to be killed. Parting losing a somewhat significant amount. He's down to 31. Rob only has 22, though. He does not have an expansion, so that's something to point out. Kiwion's about to have a gold base. That's going to make things dangerous. The Observer spotting all this. He's going to go for the Archon. The Archon vulnerable while it's merging. Will he get it? It pulls back in time. DT Blink was canceled in favor of good old-fashioned Blink for Parting. More bases being taken down, or rocks being taken down, so bases can be... Ooh, he doesn't have Blink. Without Blink, you're not gonna... Oh, a big disruptor! Beautiful split out of Parting. And the Cyclones are gonna bash in the Stalkers as they retreat. They have no Blink to escape. They have no Prism to avoid the lock-ons. The Disruptor still on cooldown for a few more seconds. The high ground is vulnerable. More pings coming out. Parting and Kiwion. Team KIMCHI starting to secure a serious lead here. If Kiwion's able to get a double gold base... Now, Puck's gold base is done. Rob's is just now starting. They're obviously in a tough spot here. This Disruptor drop is going to have to do a lot of damage. Killing Stalkers and killing Probes is at a premium. Does he see? He fires the shot. Right into the Probes. Nice hit. Link is done for Parting. He doesn't use it. I don't think he would have gotten it quite, well, right there, but he might lose it the next time. He's not careful. Rob. That Prism. That Prism's in a dangerous spot. Oh no. He's gonna be losing it. He can fire the shot. Blink is on cooldown. A complete airball. Parting hunts down the Prism, kills it, now has a significant worker lead. Double armory on the way. Kiwion gonna have a huge economy. Puck has been building up. They're building strong units, but not strong enough. Kiwion has double gold. Okay. There's another Prism drop. It killed some probes. Parting still at 44. This base not going to happen. Immediately canceled. The Disruptor drops across the board here. Disruptors one-shot Cyclones as well. So, oh, here's Kiwion. You got to be careful with those things. The curveball into the clones. Only gets one. He's going to lose the Ruptor. He's going to lose the Prism. The combined supply is really telling the story. The only thing the American protosses have going for them is a strong unit composition and a difficult-to-break defensive position. Cyclones and just straight-up Stalkers are not going to break up this ramp. If they can continue to deny bases, if they live long enough, unfortunately you can't hire this mercenary ship, but another Disruptor shot? These Disruptors are just not finding targets here. He recalls it out. Oh, and it's out of there, just barely. Wait, did he lose the Prism? He did. Oh my god, so many Prisms have gone down. Everybody, chill out. Sensor tower spotting. Will we get a name? I need a name. Classic. Parting with the appropriate response. Kiwion with a stronger one. The worker counts are low for everyone but Kiwion now. In the 40s for all Protoss, 60 for Kiwion on his 3 base. The gold base will mine out pretty quick. That is something to point out. There's still a big window though.
My service.
Thanks for all the games and commentary, Winter.
Oh, he juked another airball. Parting refuses to be hit by disruptors. He just doesn't care. These disruptor drops are not... How many... He's lost 3 prisms and 2 disruptors. It feels like more, but... The one-on-one in the center of the map. Looks like everybody's gonna bring their friends out to play. He's looking for the bait, the shot. He could blink over... Not another prism. Oh my god, he loses another prism. Disruptor shot. Does he have blink? Clips 2. Sensor towers across the board will spot everything that gets anywhere. Oh my god, Kiwion! With another sensor tower. He's just gonna expand everywhere. Oh my god, Kiwion's nearly maxed out. Everybody else is around 100 supply, give or take. Kiwion's at 180. 13 tanks. Good luck stopping this. All the Protoss have been pussyfooting around. And here comes the Terran. Now this is an interesting location to engage into disruptors here. Kiwion making full use of that double gold. They gotta play some aggressive defense. Oh, disruptors could be super dangerous here. Oh, a big disruptor hit another one. He's gotta be very careful. Those tanks still hit really hard. 1-1 is done on the mech. Carrier's on the way for parting. There's not that great. Oh, no, no, no. They're still sieged up. But one misstep. Kiwion is starting to lock this down. Looking for some freebies with a Ruptor. Gets a round of Hellions. Not a huge deal. Still just 3 bases here. Another Disruptor. Gets knocked out. The tanks are able to siege up this mineral line. That is, this is bad news for Rob here. When the scans come out, you know who they're for. There's only one Terran. Stalkers coming in, harassing Rob's few probes. He barely has any mining now. Are those charge lots? He's gonna drop on top of these tanks. That should be enough to clear him up for now. Nicely done. Team Burger staying alive. Carriers have arrived. It's getting close to the point where you can no longer... Once 2-2 is done, this mech army is gonna be so insanely hard to beat. He's fading away with the disruptor shots, but the carrier count at some point will be too high. Puck throws some stalkers out. We've got some more zealot drops on top of the tanks, trying to chip away at the siege line. The stalkers retreat back into their main, but the carriers don't care about such terrestrial bounds. And there's coverage here. There's a single Tempest on the way for Puck. That's a lot less than he's going to need. Colossi, not well known for their anti-air capabilities. They cannot headbutt all the air units, despite their best efforts. Oh, is there a tank underneath there? There's a tank at the back, still sieging up this location. The Tempest doing its best. What are the upgrades? Parting has +2 on the ground, 1-1 for Rob, 2-2 for Kiwion, and +3 for Puck. But Team Burger struggling still. They would like to close this out in 2, but we might be going to a decider. I don't like, there's no breaking out here. The Templar are sniped by parting stalkers who'll just come in and kill some more probes. Rob's been struggling. Okay, those stalkers are dead, but at this point, parting doesn't really care. The carrier count is getting to the point where the interceptors can't be beat anymore. At about, like, double-digit carriers, that is when it gets to be too much. Unless you have, I don't know, 8 or 9 Tempests to be able to one-shot them. More Hellions going to work. Kiwion is now mining out of the gold bases. So if the game goes on long enough, then Team Burger will benefit. That is the one thing here they might have going for them. Rob is trying to rotate around. A lot of army supply here because he has so few workers. Is he gonna come in? Oh, the carrier's getting some free shots on the Archons. They'll take 1, 2. Wait, are those... Those are Puck's Archons. I'm like, those Archons do not look like... You see, it's hard to tell Protoss apart. Don't blame me. Puck is maxed out. He's got a lot of Tempest, but this is an army that is entrenched. You can't really avoid it. The tanks are nearly impossible to deal with, but here comes the Protoss from all sides. Carriers going to work, zoning out the army, disruptors being used, Colossi trying to come around the corner, getting beaten down and beaten back. Tempest driven back as well. The combined forces of the American Protoss easily slapped away by the entrenched siege position of Team KIMCHI. Still just trying to kite, retreat. What is it gonna do? What's it gonna matter? There are 10 tanks, 6 Thors, 14 Vikings supporting the carriers. Colossi doing very little. A mothership has arrived. It appears we're going to game number 3. Yeah, a Zealot counter drop, another Prism dies. That's number 5. They survived the initial assault. The Dark Templar were key. And past that point, they leaned on the economic lead all the way through. It's a small map, which means if you get 1 or 2 extra bases, you can kind of just lock down the center. It's 1-1. The disruptors getting big hits, but not big enough. How many disruptors died before those hits connected? Too many is the answer. I'm very articulate. The DTs, the choice, so Parting warped in. His first round of DTs was after the attack began. After there were warp prisms with Immortals and Stalkers in the base with minimal defense. Parting decided, I'm going to warp in DTs and attack. Which is both reckless and decisive. It wasn't until the next round of Warpins he was able to defend with the Dark Templar. But the choice to go straight for the attack... Oh, we're on Overgrown Facility. This is the most standard of 2v2 maps, I guess. It's best of 5? Oh. Well. See what Parting has to say.
Dirty map.
Dirty map?
This man have a behind the base.
Oh, yeah.
They're looking at the map. You played a lot of 2v2 matches now, boys. You should know. See what... Puck, what are you listening to? Oh yeah, might I take this time to point out that tomorrow night, Tuesday night, August 13th, we were going to be having a full Team League match. Psystorm Gaming up against Root Gaming, a series of 1v1s, Archon mode, and a 4v4. And you can support the match. Dricket is hosting, but you can add to the prize pool and make these teams and players want to do more. Use the Team League command. Here we go. And apparently it's best of 5, so. Yeah, and I say that because Puck and Rob on opposite sides, by the way. Wait, no. Rob is on Team Root. Never mind. So, the teammates here today will be meeting again. I don't know who sponsored this show match, but they seem to not mind me casting. So, now we're here. In the top right, we have from the Clown Clan, the big boy man. His name is Party. Joining him, the most handsomest nerd. I have him, my note, like, because he plays under a barcode on NA, but I have him added to friends to make sure I knew who it was that was messaging me randomly sometimes. I had to put a friend note, which you can do, which is nice. Sexy boy Kiwi on. So there's that. And the American protosses Puck and Rob in the bottom left. It is Team Burger. What is this? What are they doing? Is this a double proxy Stargate? And this is a spicy build right here. I mean, why is your cyber core so much quicker than his? You want to explain that? Oh, because wait, no. Somehow Puck is just like 15 seconds faster on his cyber core. Anyways, they're both proxying a Stargate in the closest possible location to Parting's base. That's one way to do it. Both sides really, the Reaper. The Reaper. Oh, is it gonna get suspicious? Hydra probe, Puck! Hydra probe! If Puck's probe is spotted there, that's a little like, I wonder, why did you have a probe in your teammate's base? Oh, the shades are being thrown. Actually looks quite cool. Are they going to have one player control both? That's another aspect of team games. Not only can you share resources after a few minutes into the match, one player can control both players' units simultaneously, and I believe that is what's happening here based on how coordinated these guys are. Oh, there's the wall, but he can just take down the pylon. That's 4 in the way of adepts. Do we make it through? No, not going to risk it. Maybe gonna shade again, see if there's a cancel at the last second. Oh, another shade! Harding, not screwing around with this. Oh. Knocked down, but this is one way to get around shield batteries. Oh, this is so sneaky. I love it. I love it. Oh, the adepts are getting in. I wonder if one player's controlling. I'm gonna bring up Puck stream. Just the sounds.
He has a lot of stalkers, but if I can just keep him occupied.
A damage is being done.
Warp prison, by the way.
It is Puck who's controlling the stalkers. It's Rob who's controlling the adepts. So some sick Archon mode action happening right now. Just getting an idea here. The single Reaper has racked up only 1 kill so far, but it is being very annoying. Yeah, the Summer Icicle Pop Adepts, they look really cool, to be honest. Like, both shading in sync there. It's like a boy band. Oh, yeah, that's a good joke. I didn't even realize until afterward. Oh, the save with the prism on the probes, but there are just too many oracles now. And the Adepts are just gonna shade right on out. The Reaper found the star. Oh, I'm going to parting stream.
Two proxy.
I almost fucked up right now, so just you make it because this guy is a little bit cheese, okay?
Parting's busy dealing with this. I like how you can hear the rainstorm of keys. That reminds me, I forget, I think it was Probe who tweeted it. Maybe I'll remember to bring it up between the matches. But the sounds of StarCraft, where at the latest WCS event, or maybe it was ASUS, there's just a room with like 30 StarCraft players in close proximity, and oh, nice hit. And the sounds of the keyboards are overwhelming, in a good way. I'm gonna find it. That's actually one of the best things. I've heard it many times before, but it was one of the best summarizations. Summaries! Oh, here we go. Let me bring it up. Welcome to StarCraft. How much APM is in that room? It's in the tens of thousands. Alright, but Parting has plenty of stalkers. He doesn't have much else. He's down to 17 probes. Both of Team Burger have 40 plus workers. Kiwion's at 45, so Kiwion gonna have to carry the torch here. I'm not sure how Parting feels about that. The Vendaya scan, spotting for the armies. Does Parting have Blink? No, he just has the Ghetto Blink with the Prism. There's one big attack here. If Team America is able to hold against Team Kimchi, they will go up 2-1. There's just not the economy behind this. There's a Colossus is out just in time. The Raven has a lot of energy. Will we see an anti-armor missile? Will they commit to this attack? Stim is done. So is Combat Shield. No +1 yet for Kiwion. That one Colossus being a real thorn in the sides of all of that. Where is Kiwion? Parting's losing a lot of his stalkers. Kiwion not really paying attention on the other side. I want to hear Parting's commentary. While this is all going on. Slight delay, but the tanks are sieging up. The Raven still looking for opportunities, providing high ground vision. Multiple shield batteries. They reshield everything. Down goes the Oracle, but Revelation on all the key units. Time is on the side of the American protosses. A massive shake coming in.
For them. By the way.
He's right. He's right. Interference matrix, anti-armor missile, good Dorito dusting. Push back. Not that much splash damage right now. The bio armies are pushed out by the force fields. They're just too much. Kiwion can't get up the ramp. The Raven has gone down. Vikings taking pot shots at the Colossi. A good spread. The Medivacs doing their absolute best here. Kiwion's still in 110 supply. Parting, working with what he has, trying to kite back. Another Liberator holding this position. Will the Shades complete? Oh, he commits. He stims. Loads up a triple drop. This is the big play here, trying to hold the front. Gonna head directly into the main of Rob. Banking on the fact that this is a tough position to break. The Medivacs are in the main. The rest of the army's coming up the ramp. I don't actually know if this is enough to do critical damage here. But that leaves Puck on his own to defend the combined forces on the low ground. The pickup's there. There is no blink. He can't chase down the Medivacs. There's a lot of airspace to work with. Parting is still on one base. Oh, the Medivacs are going to rotate around to Pucks. Does he decide to recall off the front? If he does, then the front can be broken. Got to be real careful here. These Medivacs are tearing things up. Oh, Kiwion not unloading everything. Rob is back down on the low ground. I think they're sharing control, so both sides are able to control what they need to. Hopefully they're coordinating. The Adept's looking for a break here. Oh, wait. Cancels the shade at the last second. A scan spots the Stalkers waiting for the medevacs. Still time on the side of Team Burger. Despite Kiwion having a good economy, Parting has nothing behind this. Another shade, just continually making things difficult. But this location with 3 Liberators, I think it's time to go. The shades will complete. He's going through. 3 Colossi in the back. The Liberators targeted down. The Stalkers microed back. Is it enough? A drop into Rob's base. If he loses all his units at the front, then he's not going to be able to push forward. A Disruptor smashes into the front lines. The expansion is gone here. Parting has left the game. Kiwion saying, wait, I have a dream. Actually, he does, though. He's killing Stalkers. Down go the medevacs. Does he have enough at home? Puck can continue forward. Kiwion's like, wait, I'm not done yet. I'm going to bring up Parting Stream. He has nothing to say. Another Disruptor shot. He can target down the Ruptor. He gets it before the shot gets another one. Kiwion trying to be the hero. Oh, and Rob throws out the pauses. And so does Puck. That's going to be a red card. Saying, get the fuck out of the game. Parting isn't saying anything. I've had his stream unmuted. Let's see about Puck's
Why
stream.
isn't he leaving?
Well, that's
Can you
some...
money me 200?
Can you money me 200? Big Rob money?
This guy.
No, pull your probe! Pull your probe!
Why isn't he leaving?
Parting was dead. He's not dead. I'm pretty dead, to be honest. Like, he's ahead of me. It's you versus him.
So yeah, there's still a game here. There's still a game to be played. Kiwion has as much supply as Puck. Rob is at 31. Kiwion ain't dead yet. Parting, what do you have to say for yourself?
Do you believe in me? Do you believe in me?
Well said. You know, getting Parting's money here might actually be helping Kiwion enough. Rob lost his base. There's still a game to be played here. Now, Puck has access to more economy if Rob is able to get back on his feet. The thing is, Kiwion's taking the gold base at the center. He has some long-distance mining. It's one Terran, one Korean Terran, against 2 American protosses. I think now I got the translation. Do you believe? Kiwion asked Parting to believe. This observer is making things difficult. Yeah, Rob's spotting it. If Parting was still in the game, he could maybe control the medevacs or something. But oh, the spot is there. He's just going to drop on top of the rest of the army coming down. This is not going to be an incredibly cost-effective drop. But he's going to be able to target a lot of the Stalkers. I'll pick up. No blink yet for Puck. It's a couple seconds out. Disruptor drop. Kiwion losing some workers. They're starting to take bites out of him. I'm just going to bring up Kiwion's stream here. Wait. In the back. Alright, 4 Liberators on the way. Another Disruptor. The Vikings are going to clean it up. Parting's probes are still giving income to Kiwion. Rob has been struggling, but Rob's almost back on his feet now. And just as that happens, another drop comes in, making sure he gets knocked right off it. Kiwion doing a good job of keeping him busy. The upgrades are actually in Kiwion's favor here, as there are 0-0 across the board. The Nexus is being targeted. The Disruptors will fire. He doesn't get the Nexus. Blink Stalker's not going to kill him.
Suck my dick.
Very in-depth conversation happening between Team Kimchi. Kiwion gonna drop out right on top. Another drop into the main. Does he target the Nexus? He gets it. And another drop is gonna gut Rob's economy. Oh, the Disruptor drop hits hard. Kiwion maintains a strong supply, though.
holy guy always allows me to do. This router.
Parting just has to
어디
stand
좀
by.
party.
Now in my service.
He has to
Where
stand
are
by.
you,
He
씨발?
left the game a while ago. Another
Where
disrupt.
are you, 씨발?
More strong words out of Kiwion. Puck is at 180 supply. The lack of upgrades is the only thing Kiwion has to lean on. He's down to 23 SCVs, which means his army supply is massive. The problem is he has to manage so many things.
I believe you. I think you can win.
아니,
Later more.
if you didn't go out, we can win this game.
Okay, just focus. Just do your best. This happens.
Just do your best. Parting the motivational
If you
speaker.
win really this game, I really suck your team.
Yeah, and there, I mean, very motivational speaker.
와로 수웠어.
Hey,
I see.
I think you just make your one sensor tower. It's much better for the defense.
Parting with the backseat commentary. He's backseating Kiwion after leaving the game while Kiwion was still in a good opportunity. Is there advanced ballistics on the way? There are. I'm kind of surprised that Kiwion is waiting. There's not much else to do. Like, there's one big push. He's gonna have a.
The pro. This
아, 씨발, why am I care about your pro?
There's one push to make. Kiwion has 150 army supply. He's got better upgrades. He's got a whole lot of liberators. He's got 15 liberators. He's about to liberate the American team. That is so much freedom. Oh. That is a lot of liberators.
아니, 했으면
And then he's
이겼는데,
about to
와,
have advanced
진짜.
ballistics as well. Is there storm? There is, but they're well spread. Oh, he's going for it. There are tanks at the back line. He's trying to chop off some of the liberators, but the tanks are helping out so much. Rob's not here. The liberator's still doing a lot of work. There's a advanced ballistics is done. Liberator range is going to make this harder.
by the way.
Parting being a total dick in the background, as always. The Liberators are holding the line for now. The tanks doing their best. The Liberator count getting whittled down. Kiwion's holding. There's only a couple Liberators left. More sieging up. The Bio doing its best. And, I feel...
What the hell?
Hey, just choose the real man.
Hey,
I swear.
we can win that game, actually. Cause that orange Protoss is fucked up.
I don't know the happening. Tell about my main
So
unit,
the
you know?
summary is, if Parting was around, like even to help take control of some of those units, I think there's a very realistic possibility, maybe even probability, that Team Kimchi wins that match. But Parting's weak spirit, unfortunately, puts them in the loss column. That's the summary. The protosses had no upgrades. They had minimal economy. All they had were enough units to knock out Parting. But Kiwion, he fought. And he nearly won, to be honest. Like, if that attack came together maybe a minute quicker, and Parting's economy hadn't been quite so shattered, like, there's a lot of ifs, but it wasn't a hypothetical. It was reality. It was just a few too many disruptor hits.
You are
Thanks,
now in
Swanky
my
Tiger,
service.
Jehovany Flagon. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this impromptu 2v2. Team America, Team Burger is up 2-1 in the best of 5. Thank you,
You are
Plum.
now in my service.
Let's see, I'm going to Pucks.
Make units. Make blink. I'm gonna go blink truck. Oh, this map though, it's not really like.
Oh, you are now in my service.
Feel out.
Rob is putting together his strats. Puck is jamming. Thanks, me, not you.
You are now in my service.
Making sure I
Almost
have
a
all.
year and a half since I got the gifted sub from you. Always amazing content. Romantic face.
Excuse me? I don't- What did she say? Okay. Well, 2-1. I feel like parting. I heard parting was partaking in some alcohol after that last match, so that should bring him back to his normal level of play. You guys know, of course, about the Balmer's Peak, which is somewhere between 1 and 3 drinks on average, is where you have peak creativity and productivity. But on either side of that, it definitely drops off, especially the far side. Well, for parting, that's between 4 and 15 drinks, so he's well acquainted. Which is, I don't know, like 4 to 5 bottles of soju or so. I guess it depends on what flavor. What's your flavor of soju? Leave your favorite flavor in the comments and recommend it to parting after you like and subscribe. Now, fun fact. Alright, so here's the deal. If you've ever been to a Starcraft event, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you go to a Starcraft event in North America or Europe, but mostly North America, what you'll find is everybody who's not Korean wants to go to Korean barbecue to really solidify the whole pretend pro gamer experience. So, essentially every single event, there will be at least one night where people scramble to figure out where to go to Korean barbecue in a clusterfuck manner. It is a tradition. For the Koreans, I don't think they stick by that as much. But that is a foreigner StarCraft tradition to pretend that you are Korean. I mean, I enjoy it, but it's hilarious. Oh my god, the double Stargate builds. The American Protoss taking to the skies. The Florencio expand. Parting. Inspired by the sewer mermaid himself. The Dark Templar are the choice again. And against 2 players who are going double Phoenix, that is 0 detection. Uh-oh. Oh, the only game that they've won so far has been off the back of Parting's Darkest Templar. There's a cannon at the front, but detection is a long way off. They're gonna need to build oracles, ideally in time. They spot it. They spotted it. They saw it. There's not gonna be a wall in time. Oh no. Canceled, immediately building an oracle. But there's going to be multiple Dark Templars split between the bases. Probes will be eviscerated. Parting is gutting their account. Well, oh, a bit of a mistake there. Losing one. There's another one. Oh, does he have it close enough for a lift? Essentially, Rob is not mining right now. Oh, Puck is losing. This one has 7 kills. He's getting the probes. And there's a lift. There's more Dark Templar. He gets a double tag. Kind of sloppy with the DTs, to be honest. Like, put that thing down. So, while that did a lot of damage, it was still a pretty big hit to Parting's economy. I mean, he has his expansion now, but it was still a pretty big hit to invest in that. So past this point, you know, Kiwion being so gracious as to build turrets in his mineral line. That probe spotting here. There is a Whittle meme. Should be able to kill off the Viking. Gotta be careful about the mine. That mine not in the greatest positioning here, for sure. The oracles are coming in. Oh, Parting does have blink done. Oh, the mine is picked up at the last second. Puck, he's keeping his phoenixes a little closer to the chest here. Will he use the oracles to kill the pylon? Okay. Is either player suspicious of the fact that Parting doesn't have this base? I don't think they've seen it yet. So far they've been so focused on Kiwion. Also, you can just fly straight through the trees here. They've been so focused on Kiwion that they haven't really looked at Parting much. Because, of course, he hurt his own account. Oh, there's another DT! This one has 4 kills. Just keeping those economies in check. All the Phoenixes came back. Like, you guys, they don't actually have any units in the sense of having units. You know, like, that will kill, like, Stalkers and Marines. Oh, they really need to get that Raven. That Raven is a big deal. If these units have anti-armor missile on them, oh, wait. Anti-armor missile means the army's just dead. Like, super dead. Incredibly dead. Incredibly dead. Really need to get that Raven. Oh, a scan. Gonna spot. Anti-armor missile so dangerous. Oh no! He Dorito dusts the entire phalanx of phoenixes. But the force field's doing a good job so far. There's nothing to break him. He's taking down the rocks. Team Kimchi is barreling through. Is there enough to stop him? There's a whole lot of phoenixes, but the damage will be done. He's stemming through. Whittle mines are burrowing underneath. The pickups are there. Are any going to connect? It looks like one. Dorito dust is off. The probes are pulled. It's unclear exactly what is happening. One Tempest shows up to the party. Void Ray's charged up and ready to go, sir. It appears the supplies are dropping drastically, but more Stalkers coming in. It's hard to tell really what's going on underneath this, but it appears that Team Burger will hold at the cost of Puck's probes. The force fields delayed it for a bit. Now the Tempests are here. And Kiwion has still, once again, a recurring story. Kiwion with the best economy and best army on the map. Putting Stalkers out there, but not much more. The thing is, Puck is... Rip Oracle. Puck is consistently building Tempest. And there is kind of an inflection point here. For a while, Kiwion will easily be able to overpower the Tempest. Oh, they found him. The probe found him. I think Rob actually wanted to expand here. And then he finds Parting's base, which explains a whole lot, doesn't it? But Parting's already gotten more than enough value out of it. He's justified the cost. And there's no way the Tempest can commit up there. So for a while, Kiwion will have the infrastructure to overpower the Tempest. But by the time he reaches that point, it looks like Rob is going to have Colossi. This is the advanced double team Protoss death ball. You've seen one Protoss, now try two. One player gonna focus on splash damage anti-ground, the other on air superiority. And how... Now, that doesn't mean that Parting and Kiwion can't match it. But... if they're not preparing for the lake at this point, okay, they're gonna go for one big break. I don't know. There is no extended thermal lance yet. The upgrades aren't overwhelming. There's not that much in support. A brute force all-out attack. Oh, or something like a drop. But guess what? The Phoenixes find it in time. He has to unload everything. The Blink Stalkers will move to intercept. Revelation will spot all of this out. A much larger army for Team Kimchi. Gotta be careful with those Colossi. Blink Stalkers moving forward, looking for an opportunity. Is the Guardian Shield there? Force Fields try their best. He's holding the line. 2 Colossi knocked down immediately. Some Zealots to buffer. Dropping on top. Spreading out the splash damage. Rob dipping incredibly low in supply. It appears the overpowering Protoss and Terran from Team... Oh, the mule drops. Huck, maybe thinking, huh, that stasis ward did great. I think Parting was about to type something out. He couldn't finish his sentence. Before Puck left, he's like, okay, I'm getting out. We're going to Game 5. The decider match. Let's look at here, Parting. He's aggressively quicking.
We too.
Is.
Oh, let's do that. Traders Exile?
Yeah. Let's do this one.
Yeah.
Oh, they're doing the super turtley map. That is almost impossible to like you can turtle on the high ground. There are 2 sets of high grounds on Traders Exile. Oh my god. Oh, don't cough so aggressively into the
Update
mic.
the score, okay.
Oh wait, that was Parting. That wasn't Pug. I have both open at once. Of course it was Parting. Why wouldn't it be Parting coughing aggressively? Just like he does everything. Game number 5. This is it. The map pick goes to Team America because they did lose the previous match. Choose of the map. What the fuck, says Parting.
Oh, you are now in my service.
And then Kiwion says, "Puck you." So, very articulate commentary. Let's hear the team.
리sem님 어서 오세요.
Focus the game!
오케이.
All right. Well said.
He is funny as Dragon.
But Kiwion was better at Starcraft than Dragon was.
I don't know, Dragon was pretty good during.
They're not even talking about the game. All right. Welcome back to this impromptu. Literally, like, I got on and people are like, hey, they're doing this match. Why don't you just insert yourself into the commentaries? And I said, you know what? I'll insert myself any day that Numlock isn't on. So, now we're here. We're on Traders Exile for game number 5. So, the defining features of this map. You can wall off with 2 buildings. There are no Zergs, but there are Adepts potentially. Kiwion chooses not to wall off with 2 buildings. So the wall off is actually tighter than your average one. And also, there's just a singular ramp. This is the only way, without rocks in front of it, to get up to the secondary high ground. There are rocks on the far sides that can be pretty easily protected. So if you get to 3 bases, essentially you're able to hold on to 3 bases. I mean, who knows if we'll get there. But if we do, then it becomes kind of a stalemate until bases start mining out and you have to start going for the center. There's a probe. No cannon rushes. I see no forges in production. A missed opportunity. This is actually a pretty nasty cannon rush map. You can cannon rush from down here. There's some pretty... The reason that 2v2, especially 2v2 maps, are considered a little bit less competitive sometimes are because of the, honestly, abusive combinations. It looks like Parting's looking for those right now. For example, if you just put a cannon down here and then have an overlord, you don't even need to have anything else. You can hit the... I believe you can hit the edge of the mineral line. You can at least hit the refinery from cannons on the low ground with high ground vision via overlord. So, some call that teamwork. I call that bullshit. But, what have you? Kiwion with the most awkward looking wall because he did not realize the situation. 3 stalkers on the way. Team Burger starting like they started in the previous match. I mean in the first match where they won with a heavy stalker push. Parting tries to wall. More stalkers about to pop out. Puck and Rob going deep in the paint. Oh no. Okay, how does this end? Oh wait, what? Okay. I thought they were about to lose 2 stalkers for no stalkers, despite starting with more stalkers. But speaking of stalkers, there is a shield battery. Will they even attempt to attack into Kiwion? It looks like that's a no. Yeah, they're gonna go up. The bunker is kind of a hard stop. A tank's on the way. Expansion for Puck. Not even an expansion for Cute. Wait, did they spot the starport? There's going to be an observer. So despite a quick robo, gonna get an obs first. But is this a hard wall for Parting? When warp prisms are involved, there's no such thing as a hard wall. Okay. Okay. Gonna be scouting out just in time, I think. Kiwion going for Cloak on his Banshees. Where's Banshee heading out? Robo just now on the... So Rob hardwalled off his own base. Like I mentioned, it is a 2-building wall. So... unfortunately, that means the Banshee will just kind of be chilling in his main mineral line here. But that's what shield batteries are for. He tries to come back. The boys are on the way! But are there force fields? Parting's already here. They're split between both sides. An Immortal desperately needed. But guess what? The decisive attack. Warp Gate isn't even done. What? Rob didn't even go for Warp Gate. Okay, there's an Immortal. Wait, is that a Disruptor? There's a Disruptor in the Prism. That Disruptor has a whole lot of work to do. The Cloak Banshee getting a whole lot of damage done. Oh, if he loses the Prism. No! It's a disaster! Oh, no! With an Immortal and a Disruptor. That could have saved the day. Instead, it's all over. Like there's nothing left. That warp prism was everything. The stalkers will desperately try to counter. I mean, at this point, I think Rob needs to cut his losses, cancel everything, and send Puck his money. Disruptor shot, not finding a connection. There's another disruptor from the high ground he might be able to use. This is it. This is the big shot here. Does he have what it takes? He fires. Oh, but he doesn't get a good juke out. Cancel everything. He sent Puck his money, right? Yes. Okay, so Puck should have all of Rob's money. That's the only chance here. Oh god, the tanks on the high ground of Rob's base. Well, former base. The base formerly known as Rob's. There are multiple tanks. The stalkers on the other side easily taken out. Walking away from the disruptor shots. Team Kimchi is closing in. Let's bring up Parting. Another shot. Easy. Oh, almost draws his disruptor into it. Puck trying to hold against two armies. That war prism was ever.
Yeah. Oi. Get the fuck out, fucking bitches!
I couldn't have said it better myself.
I told you! Trust to me!
I do it! Kiwian, I do it!
I told you this strategy is good!
Ah, fuck these guys! Ah. Ah. Fuck these guys!
Nice! My fuck boy!
Ah! Oh, this game was really good.
When we behind, when we get 1v, what is that, 1-2?
Yeah?
I wanna kill you. I wanted to kill you! Well, last game, you played well. Good boy, fuck boy.
Ah. Ah, good job, blow job, nice job.
Yes! Suck each other.
Ah.
Where's the money, by the way?
Okay, where is the money, by the way?
I was not sponsoring this. I am not responsible for this.
Where is the money?
Asking the important questions.
Patience, I give you. Yeah, he said patience.
Okay. Hopefully they get their fucking money. And they get all the jobs. Hopefully you enjoyed this impromptu match between Puck and Rob, Team Root, Team America, Team Burger, and Kimchi, Kiwian Parting, a GSL finalist and a world champion. Team Korea, South Korea. But if you enjoy, like, subscribe, all that I mean, this one kind of speaks for itself. And I'll just, usually I try to wrap it up, but I'm just, one more thing. Kiwian messaged me high off his win here. He's like, next time will you challenge us, you and Pig? XD, smiley face, smiley face. Yeah, he's like, let's go, more matches. Do I remind him that he wanted to... they did beat us last time 4-3 as well. Very dramatic. But hopefully they get their money. And hopefully you enjoy it. Thank you for watching.